One thing that could strangle a real disruption is the hold that the cable companies have on the pipeline into our home. Do you support Obama's new net neutrality ideas and making that pipeline more open and neutral, that anybody can use it?
More importantly, the people, the American people, want this idea of the internet as a basic utility, like electricity. Less and less, the internet is being seen like air travel or entertainment or a luxury. It's instead seen like electricity, that everybody to participate in society needs to have access to the internet, and none of it should be blocked. I think the president's proposal, thank you. So, and that consensus is really pretty widespread and bipartisan. And then there's a partisan disagreement on how to protect that. In the president's, with a reclassification of Title II, I do think will be a positive step. My Republican friends explained to me why it won't be. But really, the fundamental is that the people want open internet for everybody. And we're making a lot of progress towards it because, again, it's so broadly supported.
But why has it become a partisan issue? Is it because our country has just become more partisan?
Well, we're not, we're more partisan than 30 years ago, but we're not as partisan as 1850. Right. In a historic context, it's like not bad. People are not beating each other up in the Senate, so it's not that bad.
But it's odd to me that net neutrality and the notion that the pipe should be, that should be free and open has suddenly divided along partisan lines when you wouldn't necessarily have thought so.
Actually, I think almost all Republicans, and even Brian Roberts will tell you, they believe in an open and free internet. So there's a big disagreement is, should the government be a guarantor of that or not? Okay, so I think they should, but not everybody agrees that they should in advance. It's a reasonable argument. But again, everybody agrees really on the basic principle of an open and free internet, which is a real positive for our society and for the West in general.
But suppose it doesn't happen and certain cable companies have control of the pipeline. Could that strangle Netflix, and do you have a way around that disruptive problem?
Well, lots of things could strangle Netflix, but I think that's a very exotic, unlikely scenario. Mm-hmm. That, essentially we have not experienced that in the US or even around the world. And so, again, it's not because people don't speculate, maybe they should, but most people in America and around the world want the internet to be this open and free force. And no one knows exactly what net neutrality is, but it represents something to people, which is it's the label representing openness and choice and community that's very positive for our society. Mm-hmm.